Well, hello, my fine bookish friends. If you are watching this, welcome to my planning. Whoa, Bear Canal. Had to make sure I was actually live. Yeah, if you are watching this, you are in for a different video from me. This is something I'm trying out. I figured I would do a live planning session for my book reading for next year. And my name is Chaz, if you are not already familiar with that. And thank you so much for joining me. Here's how this is going to work. Like I said on the thumbnail, if you saw it, this is an open Q&A. You can ask me anything, and I will do my very best to respond to you. Everything is on the table. If I feel something is too personal, of course, I reserve the right not to answer it. But in general, everything is on the table. So anything you want to know about me, anything you want to know about my books, yeah, everything. So that will be ongoing for this stream. And if you watched my video where I talked about my priority reading goals for next year, then you are going to see a lot of familiar bookish faces today, or book faces, faces of books. Yeah, you know. So I hope you enjoy this. Feel free to pop into the comments, say hi, pop up a question, and um, and we will go from there. Just a quick announcement, and I'll make it at the end of the video as well. But I do have a Chasm Friends episode coming up later today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. my time. I think that might be 1 p.m. Pacific time. I'm not sure. So, hey there, Josh. Welcome. Glad to have you, buddy. Um, yeah. So Chasm Friends episode with Jake, the bookish drummer, and his girlfriend Stacy. They're both going to be joining me today. So put that on your calendar if that holds your interest. And I'm going to add my spreadsheet to the stream. I hope you can all see it. If you can't, let me know. If it's not clear, I'll try and zoom it in. As I said, this is a first, so um, I haven't done a live stream like this yet. So here we go. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. As you can see from the spreadsheet, I've done some planning already for next year. Oh, good, good. I'm glad you can see it, Josh. Yay! Success. So yeah, I've done some planning. And you'll notice I have my priority 1 tab and my priority 2 section. Whoa, there we go. Of the books that I really am planning hard to read, and some that I'm hopefully going to read as well, but I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot if it doesn't happen. Hi there, Chadia. How are you? Glad to see you. Yeah, so yeah, this is going to be interesting, and feel free to pop in suggestions. If you don't have a question for me, but you want to pop in suggestions on the live stream of where I should place certain books, feel free to do that. But so far, one of my high priorities that I talked about is the Dresden Files. So I have the rest of the Dresden Files up to date. I've got Cold Days in January, Skin Game in February, Side Jobs and Briefcases in March and April. Those are the short story collections. And then I'm doubling up in May for both Peace Talks and Battleground because they're essentially one book. That's how he initially wrote the books, was with the intention of releasing it as one book. So I figured it's one story. I might as well just, double it up. because I love me some Dresden. And then in June, I'll read The Law, and that will bring me up to date, I think, on Dresden, unless I'm missing some. Let's see here. Hey there, Geek on My Sleeve is in the house. How you guys doing? Still need to pick up Dresden Files. Yeah, I get it, man. It's a long series to think about getting into, but it's so much fun. Yeah, I'd love to interact with you on that one. Hi, RC, good to see you. And Jim's books reading and stuff. I have only read the first two of the Dresden Files, Stormfront and Full Moon. Oh, you're in for a treat, my friend. It only gets better. It only gets better. Oh, I'm glad you could catch me live too, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad you're doing good. We need to touch base and catch up again soon. I'll be reaching out to you. Um, but yeah, this is fun. Glad to see a bunch of my buddies here. Yes, it definitely does get better, Jim, for sure. You got it. Um, so yeah, so that's Dresden. I've already plugged in some of my Agatha Christie for the year. I'm going to be finishing up the Tommy and Tuppence series, Partners in Crime in January, N or M in February, Pricking of My Thumbs in March, and Postern of Fate in April. And then I'm going to do some standalone Agatha Christie starting in June. So, and then there were none, Man in the Brown Suit in August, and Cards on the Table in October, um, and Sparkling Cyanide in December. And as always, guys, these are tentative plans. I am a mood reader, but I'm trying to kind of plan a little bit. But anything is up for grabs. I may not feel like something. Um, you might notice in December I want to reread Christmas Carol. I just read it for the first time, absolutely loved it, and probably maybe do a Hogfather reread. You might be able to see on the screen I have a question mark on that one. So. Then there were none is amazing. Oh yeah, it is. I've read most of the really popular Agatha Christie books anyway. Many years ago when I was a kid, I used to borrow them from my grandmother, and she had a whole collection of Agatha Christie. Probably, I would be willing to bet a lot of them were first editions, and I don't know what happened to them, unfortunately. So yeah. Yeah, my grandmother was born in 1905, so I'm willing to bet that a lot of those were first editions. So that's unfortunate that I don't still have those, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a reread of that one now that I'm older and I've forgotten most everything about it, if not all of it. So yeah. Uh, and then so far, I've really only planned out January, other than a few others for the rest of the year. And that is Caliban's War, book 2 in the Expanse series, which Carl from Geek on My Sleeve, he and I have talked about buddy reading that series next year. Wizard of Earthsea, I'm going to be starting the Earthsea series for sure. And Secret Project #1 from Brandon Sanderson, which we still don't have a cover for. I mean, there's a cover, but it's kind of a secret cover still. I don't think he's revealed it yet. So, and then maybe an elective. So I always put my elective slots on there to let me know if I have time, I can get to one of my electives. I have just read Nagayo Marsh's Clutch of Constables for Cloak and Dagger Christmas. Oh, I have not heard of that one, but I love me a good mystery. So if and yeah, I love Cloak and Dagger. It's one of my favorite niches. So I'd definitely be down to check that out. Thank you. I'm going to find a space to write that down here. Hang on one second. You may have seen, oh, okay, yeah, you didn't see that my screen changed. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Amazon right now. I can't type, guys. Amazon. There we go. And that is Clutch of Constables. Okay. Cool. Thanks for letting me know about that, Jim. I will definitely check into that. I love me some Cloak and Dagger, so for sure. In fact, that reminds me of I think there was a movie I saw way back in the day called Cloak and Dagger, and I can't remember much about it, but it sounds familiar. There are a lot of booktubers doing Cloak and Dagger Christmas. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, Agatha Christie is hard to beat for sure. Oh, you know what? Let's get rid of these. Hang on. Yeah, that's a first. I have not had I have not had spammers on my live streams. So um, yeah, that was weird. Okay, had to had to block one. So yeah. Anyway, thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. So feel free to make some suggestions. I've got the other secret novels here. I think secret novel number 2 comes out in April. So I am hoping to plug that in. So I'm going to secret novel 2. I'm going to plug that one in there. And he did announce the names of them, but I don't remember all the names, so I'm just going to put it in there like that. And then I think the next one, if I'm not mistaken, comes out in July. So I'm going to tentatively put that in July. And then probably July, August, September, and then I guess October would be the final secret novel. I'm pretty sure there were only 4. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I think there were only 4 for the secret novels. But yeah, I'm very curious to read those. I'm a big fan of Sanderson. I'm not a mega fan. I haven't read everything of his, but most of the Cosmere stuff, with the exception of um, Mistborn Era 2, I've read pretty much everything else in the Cosmere. So I'm hoping, as I've mentioned before, to you might see Alloy of Law here on my list. I am planning to read Mistborn Era 2, Book 1, hopefully this year. And I'll maybe figure out some places to put in there. So if you did not catch my priorities video, I'm just going to quickly read them off. I've of course got the secret novels, finished Dresden. We talked about that. The Manhunters trilogy is a 3-book series by Jesse Teller. It's a self-pub series, and I have 1 book left in that series. I want to finish Shades of Magic. Tommy and Tuppence we already talked about. I do want to continue the Shannara saga, The Expanse, Dune, Live Ship Traders. I want to get to for Robin Hobb, Earthsea. I'm going to reread the first 2 books of Percy Jackson and then finish the series since the Disney Plus show is coming. And The Great Cities duology by N.K. Jemisin. It's a 2-book series starting with The City We Became. So definitely looking forward to that. So, and then of course I've got my second priority list, Kings of the Wild. These are of course lower priority, but still priority. Godblind series by Anna Stevens. Yeah. Dragonlance, never read it. It's about time I read it. Red Dragon, first book in the Hannibal series. Maybe even can finish that series this year. We'll see how I like the first book. Um, Malice, Empire of Silence. We talked about Alloy of Law, the first volume of Elric. I want to get to. I want to finish the Foundation saga by Isaac Asimov. Do more Agatha Christie. Read Empire of the Vampire, Piranesi, Artemis, and Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. The Traitor Barrow Cormorant. I want to start the Drizzt series and also Tigana by Guy Gabriel K. or Gabriel K. Whichever it is. So, um, the Goodreads Choice Awards 2022 in the fantasy category: House of Sky and Breath, Babel by R.F. Kuang, and 3 Fairy Tale by Stephen King. Oh, okay, interesting. So those were the top 3. Okay. It's interesting to see Fairy Tale in the top 3. I know a lot of people, I've heard a lot of negative on it, although I know some people that liked it as well. Elric, yeah. I'm anxious to start Elric, Liam. I really am. Project Hail Mary is on my want to read list. Yeah, it's on mine too. My daughter's already read it and she absolutely loves it. So, yep, Drist. Yeah, I'm hoping to get to all the good oldies. And it's weird to say that that's an oldie, but I guess it kind of is, right? Babel has been my least favorite read this year. Okay, yeah, I that's another one that I've heard a lot of positive and negatives on. So I might read it. I have never read the Poppy War series. I want to at some point, but it's just not. I don't get the feeling it's a high priority read for me right now. But Babel sounds interesting. I do like dark academia. So, hello, Permita. How are you? Good to see you. Oh yeah. I'm not a huge planner, but I've found it really helps me a lot to plan it. And um, I have my little legend down here that tells me, I always go in and color code after the month's over, which ones I completed, DNF, postponed, that sort of thing. So, and I've also got my patron picks on here as well. So, um, if you're not familiar, if you're one of my patrons, you get to pick. You get to put your name on a wheel to pick a book for me to read every quarter. Uh, so that will I'm going to be doing that. Probably spinning that wheel the end of December and figuring out what my first read of the quarter will be. Oh no, I guess yeah, I'd be doing it in January, I guess. So yeah, that makes sense. Um, okay, I think the first Driss novel came out in '87, maybe '88. Yeah. Thanks, Liam. It's definitely aging, and so am I. Yeah, it's aging for sure. But a lot of those novels really hold up well. The Deathgate cycle is one of my favorite series, and it really holds up well for the most part. There's a few things that are like, yeah, that wouldn't maybe hold up today, but overall it's great. Mona Lisa reads, hello. I'm glad you're here. It's okay that you're late. You're you made a fashionable entrance, so we'll put it that way. Where are you in Shannara? Oh, good question. I just finished First King of Shannara. So I'll probably be putting up a review for that at some point. I've read the first 3 sagas. So I read Sword of Shannara trilogy, Heritage of Shannara, and the Voyage of the Jurl Shannara. So so those are the plus First King of Shannara. So I am about to embark on the High Druid of Shannara series. So yeah, uh, yeah, we are all aging. Very, very true. I'm late, but what's new? Well, I wasn't going to go there, but since you went there, yeah, it's I wish I was further into the series because there's so much that I've got left to go. And now that the series is over, I feel like I want to make a significant push and eventually finish the series, maybe even by the end of 2024. I don't think I know I won't finish it in 2023, but maybe by the end of 2024, we'll see. I'm going to make a significant dent. And speaking of that, I should probably put Shannara on here. Um, so let's see. High Druid of Shannara trilogy. Um, okay, so the first book is Jarkarus, if I'm pronouncing that right. So I should probably put that on. Paromita, Earthsea, yes, I vote for reading at least up to Tihanu. Yeah, I definitely am going to do at least that. I had the big, massive collector's edition that she released. I think it was released shortly before Ursula Le Guin died. And I was able to snag that. It's a beautiful illustrated edition. So I'm going to be reading from that. And I'm looking forward to making a good chunk of the way through. Reading goals 2023. Yes, indeed. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and put, we're going to put, I think I'll do Jarkarus in February. And I'm just going to put it on there so I know that, remind myself that that is Shannara. I think for February, I'm also going to put on, sorry, I know I'm out of the picture there. I'm going to put A Conjuring of Light on there. That's the second book in the Shades of Magic trilogy. So, as I watch this, I'm struggling to create an outline for a review of another Le Guin book. Oh, yeah, The Dispossessed. I've heard really good things about The Dispossessed. I want to read a lot of her book. Excuse me, a lot of her books, especially. Oh, what is that one? The one where they're on a planet where all the inhabitants are asexual or something like that. I forget what it was. I mean, she was doing really progressive themes in her books in a day and age when it was not common, and I really appreciate that about her. Yes, The Left Hand of Darkness. Thank you, Paramita. Yeah, okay, there it is. Left Hand of Darkness, Lathe of Heaven. I've heard good things about as well. Yeah, I Ursula Le Guin is definitely an author that I want to read so much more from. Um, you know, Promina M after me. Yeah, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to those. So you guys are making me itch to read more of those for sure. Thank you. Um, I don't know if I'm biting off more than I can chew in February, but I think I am going to put um, Children of Dune on there. What do you guys think? Am I biting off more than I can chew on that? My method here is to have about 5 books a month, along with an elective if I have time. and maybe even 2 electives depending on how the month goes. But my reading goal for this year was 60 books on Goodreads, and I think I'm going to stick at 60 books. That feels comfortable to me, even though I surpassed it already, and I'm still reading books this month, but I've already surpassed my goal. But I feel comfortable with 60. I know a lot of people do a big challenge, they might do 80 or 100. I just don't feel that that's likely for me, so I'm sticking with it. And I still might surpass it. So, um, but yeah, so I feel like February looks good for right now. Um, but feel free to pop in with suggestions. Did an impromptu science fiction Laguanathon. Oh, that's cool. Word for world is forest. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Those look good. 60 books is comfortable. Quality trumps quantity. Yeah, I totally agree, Jim. I really do. I'm all about quality of experience for sure. Oh yeah, I've heard. Well, I read all these books way back when I was a kid, but yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that Pricking of My Thumbs is one of their favorites. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting to that again. Um, let's see. So I'm going to move on to March, but if you guys have suggestions about how I should shuffle things around, feel free to hit me up. I'm going to put in, let's see, City We Became. I really want to get to more N.K. Jemisin. I'm a huge fan of the Broken Earth trilogy, and she's got so many more that I want to read. Oh yeah, Tombs of Adawan is, I've heard, an excellent book as well. JR, hello, good sir. Glad to see you. JR is one of my Dresden buddies. We do live streams. I guess we're going to every month at this point, tackling some of the Dresden books. So that's been a lot of fun. Yeah. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, JR, I've got all my Dresden planned out for the year. I'm ready to go. So I'm sticking to one a month, except for 1 month where I'll be doing in May I'll be doing two. So finishing this puppy out. Oh yeah. I need to get to Cradle. I really do. It's on my. So you'll notice I have some electives off to the side. So priority for my electives is definitely going to be my priority two list. But as you can see, I've got Cradle on my soft electives list. Uh, Kings of the Wild is there as well. I should have moved that off because I've got that on my priority two list. But in fact, I think we'll hold off for now. I want to plug in some of these others. I think I'm going to do Lightning Thief in March. Get going on the Percy Jackson series. They are so fast, like 300 pages a piece. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. It's definitely something I want to get to for sure. Um, One thing that I will say about my plans for this year, I didn't really talk about it in my priorities, but one thing that I've made a goal of for next year is to get to a lot of the books that are on my bookshelf. So a lot of my physical books that I have not read yet, you will find that a lot of these are on my physical shelf that I need to get to. So I'm really trying to prioritize that because if I read a book that's on my physical shelf and I don't really like it, I can exchange it for other books down the road. So, Ship of Magic in April, maybe. Yeah, so that's the first book in Live Ship Traders. Okay, yeah. So on Live Ship Traders, I am doing a buddy read with, or I guess it would be a group read with Mona Lisa and Danielle from Bookara. So I'm kind of waiting for them to catch up and be ready. So I'm thinking we kind of talked about March maybe for that. So I'm kind of holding off until I find out for sure when they're ready to do that buddy read. But yeah, I definitely either March or April for Ship of Magic for sure. Um, how is Murderbot? Oh yeah, good question. I love Murderbot actually. The first two books are great. The second one was not as good as the first book, but I still really enjoyed it, and I definitely want to continue the series. I borrowed them on Kindle Unlimited. Um, and they're great. And I guess she has a new one coming out this year. So, nice group. Yeah, group reads are fun. Group reads are really fun. I'm really bad about keeping it in touch, like keeping it going, but we've set up a group chat on Marco Polo. That's it's like texting, but you do it with video instead of text, and so you send video messages back and forth to each other. And I think we're going to do it that way. It's pretty cool. Um, I'm also on Voxer. If anybody wants to find me on Voxer, you can. I'm really excited for it too, Mona Lisa. I really, really am. It's going to be a lot of fun. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think we had said probably March. Is that right? I'll have to touch base with you more on that, and we'll figure that one out. So, but Ship of Magic for sure is happening. Okay, so we got Percy Jackson. Let's see. I might grab one from my priority two list. I'm going to throw Kings of the Wild on there. Kings of the Wild. I've been wanting to read it for a long time, and it's about time I do so. So okay, yeah, that's what I thought. March is the goal. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna put asterisks on Kings of the Wild, because that'll make that my elective for that month. But I'll go ahead and put Ship of Magic on there. So yeah. Hey, fashionably late, Jenny. I'm always glad to have you here. How are you? Yeah, no, you're good. We've still got a ways to go. I'm thinking it won't be like uh, more than 2 hours, but we'll be here for a while. I'm not gonna just sign off really early. So yeah, so if you're new to the stream today, I've kind of been going through and planning my year, and I've got my priority one and two list all already blocked out on there. So I'm kind of up to April at this point. Um, so for April so far, I've got Briefcases, which that's one of the short story books from Dresden, Postern of Fate from the Tommy and Tuppence series, and Secret Novel number 2. You just got home from work. Okay, well, I'm glad you took time to join us, and I hope work was good. Um, work can always be hit or miss, right? uh, I would love to do YouTube for as a full-time job. I think that would be cool, but not likely. it's it's not likely going to happen. Okay, so let's see here. So April, I've got live ship traders down. I'm not going to put any more live ship traders in there for now because depending on how things go, it might take us more than a month to read a live ship trader book, depending on, everybody's got busy lives and stuff like that. So I'll kind of hold off on that for now. I am going to put, let's see, I think I'm going to put Tanakil on April. That is book 2 in the High Druid of Shannara series. And if I'm mispronouncing that, if somebody knows how Terry prefers that to be pronounced, let me know. Although I don't really put much stock in that because he prefers Shanra for the name of his series, and pretty much all his fans call it Shannara. So I'm just going with Shannara. Uh, sorry, Terry. He's probably not watching this, but if he is, on the off chance, um, I'm going to call it Shannara. So Tanakil for sure. Let's see. So I've got Wizard of Earthsea. I think I'm probably going to put another Earthsea on there. And you know what, guys? Excuse me just a second. I am going to grab my book because it is time. That's a big old boy right there. Yeah. Spank worthy, right? a lot of booktubers like to spank their books, so I figured I'd join in the fun. Yeah, so I'm gonna get that out so that I can figure out the next Earthsea book. Okay, so I need to get organized. you Believe me, my friend, I am an amateur. I don't function well being with a lot of structure. So this is, as I said at the beginning of my stream, this is all very tentative. Indeed, nothing wrong with a good book spanking. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to open it up here, and because I want to make sure I get. Okay. So the Tombs of Atuan is the next one. So I think I'm going to put the Tombs of Atuan on here. Tombs or Atuan or Atu, whatever it is. Yeah, and so and I think all the Earthsea books are fairly short. And of course, a lot of these other books on here are pretty short as well, I think. So I might be able to squeeze something else into April. Um, so if you look over my list here, if you have any suggestions, I think, trying to remember, uh, I think it was Liam I was talking about possibly doing. Oh no, it was um, boiled jellyfish. I can't remember his first name right off the hand, but I think somebody was wanting to do. He was wanting to do Empire of Silence with me, so we're going to hold off on that for now. It is. Oh yeah, it's a spectacular edition. I'm so happy with it. It's going to be a chunker to actually read, but it's got some good flop to it. So I think it'll be okay. I'm only going to read it a book at a time, so that'll be fine. So yeah, just going to be trying to close out any of the open series that I have. Yeah, I've got a couple that I'm trying to close out as well. And I'm just a glutton for punishment, so I'm adding even more to the pot. um, but yeah, gotta love a good flop. Oh yes, indeed, love a good flop. Um, yeah. And if you're new to the stream so far today, I'm doing an open Q&A as well. So if you know everything about me, then just whatever you want to talk about, I'm good. This is fun. I'm enjoying this conversation with you guys. Um, okay, I think I might. I'll hold off and go back to April. I think that's good. I'm going to plug in my standard elective slot here. And maybe come back to it. I'm currently at 132 open, but luckily a lot only have one or two. Oh wow. Yeah, that's a lot of open series. Wow, Jenny. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. That is a lot. I don't know honestly how many I have open. Uh it may be as much as 20 open series. I could be wrong, but yeah, and I may have more than that, but I don't think I'm close to that many. So that's awesome. I love it. More power to you. Okay, so we're gonna look at May. I've got Peace Talks and Battleground. I think both of those are short, but it'll take me a while to get through them. Um, so I think I'm going to put. Hmm. I'm just too scared to finish them. Oh yeah, I know. I'm really I'm feeling that way with uh the Farseer trilogy right now. Like I'm wanting to finish it out, and I am gonna finish it out this month. But I have a feeling it's going to hurt because Fitz has already hurt me several times. I love Fitz so much, so um, and yeah, I've felt a lot of pain finishing certain series, so I feel you. Let's see. I think we're gonna do God Emperor of Dune. Wait, let's see. Yeah, that would be the next one. God Emperor of Dune. The popular cover for that book out there really needs to be changed. If you know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to say anything further, but yeah. Let's see. Let's see what. Okay, so I've got a Dune book in there. That's probably going to be another Live Ship Traders book that month, so we'll see. And all of this is open to change, but we've got some on there right now. Uh, I had Tanakil in April. I think I'll kind of space out the Shannara books a little bit. So let's see. Um, let's see. We got Sea of Monsters. I think I'm gonna put another Percy Jackson on there. Let's see. Are you starting Percy Jackson for the show starting soon? Yes, I actually am. I've been wanting to reread it anyway because I read the first two books a long time ago with my kids, and my both my kids have read the series twice, I think. But I never finished it, so I want to finish it and be ready for the show. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I have made it through the original First Law trilogy, but I have not read anything further. I need to get to the standalones. They are on my soft elective list there. You know, they're not priority, but they're on my elective list. So if I get an itching to read one, I will. I do like First Law a lot. I enjoyed the trilogy, but for some reason, I haven't felt that the other books are a huge priority yet. So eventually, I'll get to them, though. Yeah, um, it's it's hard, and I know I kind of know some spoilers. Well, I won't. Yeah, I won't say anything, but there are characters from the First Law trilogy that we see pop up again. I think so. Uh, but Glocta is one of my absolute favorites, and he's just one of the best characters in fantasy that I have ever read. So eventually, I'll do a video about some of my favorite characters, like a top 10 favorite characters or something. I'm going to finish book 2 today. Okay, yeah. I think Before We Are Hanged is one of well, no. That's not. Is it Before They Are Hanged? Yeah, that's it. That's one of my favorite books in the series. It's probably the best, I think. I liked Last Argument of Kings, but I still don't know how I feel about the ending. And I'll just leave it there. I won't say why, but it was a good ending, but I just don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, so I'm kind of at a weird spot with that. Um, I'm not going to put um, the second book in the Great Cities duology on there yet, because I'll see how I feel about the city we became. And then if I like that one, I'll order the second book and jump into it. But I'm have a very high hope for it. Got Emperor of Doom. We got that on there. Tombs of Adawan, Tanakil. Okay, so did I put? Where's my other Shades of Magic? Did I put? Okay, I put a Conjuring of Light in February. I think I might go ahead and toss the final one in May. And excuse me here while I crane my neck. A Gathering of Shadows. So we're gonna toss a Gathering of Shadows in there. And if everything goes according to plan, that will complete the original Shades of Magic series. If you guys aren't familiar, she is writing a fourth book in the series and maybe even more. So I saw a reel she did on Instagram talking about it, and I don't know when we're going to get it, but I have high hopes for my feelings on the series. So if I enjoy it enough, I'll pick up book 4. All right. So how are you guys doing? You got anything exciting planned for the weekend? And depending on your time zone, maybe some of you it's the weekend is already over. I'm not sure. I think, yeah. I don't know, depending on where you're at. Hey, Billy, how you doing, man? How much do I typically read in a day? Well, that's a really good question. So I've mentioned before that I am very lucky in the fact that I have a job where I work on chat support. So if I'm in between chats and I've got nothing going on, they give us free reign to do other things. So I get a lot of reading done during work. So depending on the day, Mondays are usually out because Monday's a busier day. Fridays hit or miss as well because that's when I make my my grocery list and different things like that. So it depends on what I've got going on. And, some days I've got videos I'm editing to release. So yeah, um, I've got some time in there to read those. So on any given day, I might get in anywhere from 2 to 4 hours of reading, maybe more than that, if I'm not in a reading slump as well. So it really varies, but I try to get at least an hour a day in if I can. Uh, Weekends are usually good for me to get reading into, depending on what I've got going on. So Saturday evening here. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I am as well, Chaz. Or I am well, Chaz. How are you? Oh, good. I'm glad you're well, Billy. Thank you. I'm doing great. Thanks. It's been kind of chaotic today. I was up at 6 a.m., had my breakfast, ran out to the grocery store because I've got two live streams today, this one and another one. But I'm feeling good. I had my matcha tea and I'm uh, I'm good. So I've got some caffeine in me. My job is similar. If the office is quiet, I can just read. That's awesome. It's really, yeah, it's a real privilege for sure. I need to change jobs with you guys. Oh, the post office. Wow, Jenny. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So I'm guessing I don't know if I'm guessing you're in America, so that means you work third shift for the post office, I'm guessing, since you just got off work. Oh, my heart goes out to you. It's a busy time. Children of Dune in February, not your first time, I assume. It is actually, Steve. Yeah, it's my first time ever reading the Dunes. Well, so I read Dune twice, and I read Dune Messiah last month for the very first time. Well, not technically, I started it many years ago, right after I first read Dune, and it didn't click with me. But I plan to reread it again, and it was magnificent this time around. And so yeah, Children of Dune will be my very first time, and then of course God Emperor of Dune after that. That's the plan. But yeah, I'm not a Dune newbie, I guess, since I've read the first book twice, but I'm a newbie to the rest of the saga for sure. Yeah. Uh, hey Chaz, how are you liking Shannara so far? Good shot. How are you? Thank you. I'm liking it. I've been a big fan of Shannara for a long time. It's just been really slow for me to get to completing the series. Um, I would say, oh boy, as far as ranking goes, that's a really good question. Um, I would say that the Voyage of the Jural Shannara is probably my favorite of the series so far. If you like airships, you're gonna love Voyage of the Jural Shannara. Um, and I really like the original sort of Shannara trilogy as well. It's one of my favorites. Probably the best book in that series is Elfstones of Shannara. And I liked Heritage of Shannara too. There's 4 books in that series, and it was probably maybe the slowest of the 3 trilogies that I've read, or 3 sagas that I've read so far. So yeah. Oh, you're in Scotland. Okay, Jenny. Okay, got it. I think you told me that before, and I just spaced it. Well, that's awesome. I love I love um, I love the UK in general. Scotland is on my bucket list to go to. Ireland is a priority for me, but Scotland as well. I really want to visit, so that's awesome. Making some videos tonight. Might do a random live depending on if. Oh, okay. Hey, that's cool. I probably won't be able to come to it. I've got way too much going on, but maybe I'll catch it on the rewatch, huh? Audiobooks are a lifesaver at the post office. Yeah, that's probably true. I would imagine that. Yeah. Well. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll give you that one. I'm sure. I'm sure you were at least equally as fun as the Irish. I'm Irish, but I also have a little bit of Scotch in me as well. So I appreciate both. Um, but I'm probably overly biased. I'm Irish, I'm a fourth generation American, Irish American. So, you know, I'm not too far removed from Ireland, but I'm removed enough. I've never been there yet. So, but Scotland's on my list too. I like fantasy, but I don't like committing myself to big series. I like to read a lot of different authors. I'm the same. And that's why I've taken it slow with Shannara. The beautiful thing about Shannara is he writes smaller, complete series. So you could read the sort of Shannara trilogy, and you get a complete story. Um, you never have to continue it if you don't want to. It's a lot more fun if you do eventually get to it, but you can really space it out. So I've been reading the Shannara series for probably a decade. And, I've just been taking it a little bit at a time. I'll read a series here, a series there. So, yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah, Steve. Yeah. Yeah, Jenny's great. Yeah. Um, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Um, but yeah. That's awesome. Well, let's take a look here. I think I'm going to leave May where it is. And of course, if you see something on here, guys, you think I should put something somewhere else, let me know. Um, I think I am going to put Strachan down for June. And that will be the final book in the Hydroid of Shannara series. So yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, Robin Hood is the same, and in Earthsea as well. You can stop at any book and still have a complete story. Yeah, that's what I've heard about Earthsea, and that's definitely the case with Robin Hood. Yeah, she's got complete series. Earthsea number 3 is the farthest shore. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. So I should probably put that on there. Thank you, Paramita. Yeah. The farthest shore. Good suggestion. Good suggestion. Since I'm kind of mixing and matching different months. Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. I've heard that's a good one. And I did hear it ended on a cliffhanger. I think she has the second book out, does she not? Yeah, I've heard that that's a good one. I know Elliot Brooks really likes that series, or at least if I'm remembering right, she does. So, um, yeah, I've heard good things. I may get to it eventually one of these days, but not really a huge priority for me. Let's see the long. Okay, so we're gonna do. Let's pick. I'm really. Let's see. I've heard it's one of the best openings. Oh, okay. That's good to know. I'm going to go out on a whim here, and I am going to put Piranesi down. It's on my priority 2 list, but I really do want to get to read it, so I'll give that a try in June, perhaps. That feels good to me. Let's see, and let's see what else we've got there. Black Sun has an unforgettable opening. Okay. Wow, that's really high praise. I'm glad to know that. I will put that down on my you know what? I will add that. Black Sun. I will add that to my electives list because I do keep an ongoing electives list. It helps me keep track of things. So, yeah, that is good to know. Now, I think Piranesi is fairly short. Farthest Shore probably is. Some of these are fairly short, especially the Law is it's a novella, so that's going to be a really short one. So I think I might toss in. Tagana's a chunker. I don't know if I want to toss in. You know what? I've been saying I wanted to read Malice. I might throw Malice in there as an elective because I really need to get to Malice and see what John Gwynn's all about. All right, just a thought. But after Ship of Magic in March, more than 2 months gap is a lot for Mad Ship. Maybe swap it and put it in June. It's doable and the characters are minimal. Yeah. Good question. So the plan actually is uh, if the group read is going along quickly, if we read it quickly enough, we might do Mad Ship in April or May. So that's kind of why I'm leaving that open, and I would probably pop that in as an elective for that month. So I like where you're going with that, Paramita, for sure. And so yeah, it's definitely going to happen sooner rather than later. I don't want to keep too big of a space, but I'm trying to kind of to wait for my friends on that to catch up because I I've forged ahead on some of my on a couple of my buddy reads with Mona Lisa especially, and kind of left her in the dust. And she pokes fun at me about it. Although I don't want to be mean like that, you know. So so yeah, I'm gonna hold off. But yeah, great suggestion though. I want it to happen sooner rather than later. Absolutely, because that's a major goal for me. Is to finish live ship this year at least, and who knows, maybe I'll even get to Tawny Man. Uh, we'll see, but I'm gonna play that by ear for now. Um, so yeah, good one there. So I'll do Malice possibly in June. Better to binge or spread out? That's a very good question. I take it from Paramita's comment earlier that it's best to read them as quickly as possible together. So, but yeah, I'd love to hear her feedback on that. Spirit of Buddy Reads is absolutely sacrosanct. Sacrosanct. Yep, it sure is. Absolutely. And I need to get better about not leaving my friends in the dust. So I'm being nice. I'm holding off. Okay. So I'm going to leave June alone for right now. As far as July, I've only got secret novel number 3. And keep in mind, it's entirely possible that Jim Butcher might announce another Dresden book this year. I don't know for sure. I haven't heard any rumblings. If you guys have, let me know. If you, I think he might be writing. I'm sure he's writing another book because he has said that he wants to do probably 25 books in the series as total. So, um, yeah, so he's definitely got future plans. So you're just mean in private and Marco Polo teasing me with all the amazing things you're reading in the book I can't get my hands on. Oh yeah, I know. I'm a meanie. I'm sorry. Kind of. Just just a little. No. I really am a nice guy, folks, but yeah. I'm a meanie too, I guess. The individual series are better to binge. Okay, yeah. You can have as much gap as you want. Yeah, that's exactly how Terry Brooks is. Yeah. And it's easy to remember certain things from previous series. Uh, at least with Terry Brooks, they stick in your head. And I'm already getting the vibe with Robin Hobb that she really sticks in your head no matter how long it's been since you've read a series of hers. So, um, oh, that's right. Yeah, she recaps stuff too. Okay, that's good to know. That's really good to know. Hey, Theo, good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Yeah, I will plan accordingly as well. That's really good to know. Um, the individual series are better to binge, say Farseer or Live Ship, but you can have as much gap. Okay. Don't say sorry, I know you're not. Ouch! Ouch! I'm dying over here. Ooh, I'm dying, as Big Bugs Bunny would say. Okay, yeah, I'm a Bugs Bunny nerd. You guys will have to forgive me. Um, yeah, showing Chaz's true colors here. Yeah. I love it. I love it. All right. So we got secret novel number 3 in July. And then I'm very melodramatic, right? Yeah. Hey, I got to put on a show for you guys. Otherwise, you'd think I'm boring. um, let's see here. Okay. So I think I'm gonna hold off on more Shannara for right now. I may add some more in there, but I'll keep more I'll keep the next Shannara series as a I'll keep the next Shannara series on the back burner for now. You know, maybe as a priority too. Oh yes, so I want to read or at least start Elric Volume 1. So I'm going to grab that from my priority 2 list because I really do want to get to that at some point. Oh, and let's see, Sea of Monsters. I should probably put in. I'm getting the Titan's Curse. Is that the next one? Titan's Curse. So that'll be from Percy Jackson. Uh, Typical author. Yeah, very true. Very true. um, so let's see, Titan's Curse. Oh, you know what? I have not been putting in Expanse. That's really bad of me, guys. All right, so the Expanse books. Okay, Abaddon's Gate. Yeah, we're gonna throw Abaddon's Gate in there. I will say that I am not necessarily planning to finish the Expanse series this year. I would like to, but I'm not making it a high priority to finish, just to start. Um, yeah, so let's see. Yeah, uh, they know how to do drama. Good, good. I've got to go, but it was nice hanging out. Hey, Shad, so glad to have you, man. I'm really glad you came to hang out too. Um, all righty, cool. Glad to see you. Last Olympian still hurts me. Curse you, Rudin. Okay, okay, good to know. Good to know. I don't remember what my kids said about that one, but yeah, yeah, that's good to know. Don't punish Earthsea. That's all I ask. Okay, okay, yeah, I won't punish Earthsea. So let's see. And yeah, in fact, yeah, yeah, that's true. So we've got the farthest shore. We've got Tombs of Batuan. Let's see here. I'm gonna plug another one of those in here too. Okay. So Tahanu is the next one. Woohoo! I know Tahanu is your favorite Paramita. So I'll go ahead and toss that in there. I know I'm being really ambitious this year, so Last Olympian is the best one out of all five. Oh, that's really good to know. So I take it the series goes out with a bang. Um, Good. I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. Um, yep. Yep. I remembered you saying that. Good deal. I'm excited about it. I'm very excited. Earthsea is definitely a series that I want to finish for sure this year. Whether I do anything else, I am going to finish Earthsea if I can. Um, let's see. So let's see. Dune Saga. I also want to finish Dune for sure. So, um, 6 books. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do. Let's put in Heretics of Dune. Um, yeah, I'll do Heretics of Dune, and maybe I'll still have an elective for July. I'll put in an elective just in case. I can always change this. So, more to come on that. You may see changes. Except not the book changes. I've already read that one. And then Chapter House Dune will be my last one. So before I forget which one it is, I'm going to plug Chapter House in September. If I can type. So yeah, so let's look at August. Nope, it will be set in stone. Yeah, yeah. I wish. I wish. And maybe I'll get to more. Like I've got a lot of stuff that you can see my priority 2 list. A lot of that will end up being electives. Let's see. I do want to finish Foundation if I can. That would be nice. Before I forget, I better plug in Alloy of Law. I didn't put it as a priority 1, but I at least want to start the series. So, yeah, I better plug it in or else I'll never get to it. Same with the Manhunters. Um, Crown by Jesse Teller. And that's a pretty short one, so that'll go quick. Um, Maybe I'll toss in some Red Dragon there too. Yeah. Still haven't read a single Brandon Sanderson yet. Okay. Hey, never a bad time to start. He's got a lot of it. You're right, Jenny. He does write too many books. And Dag Nabbit, he wrote 4 extra books during the pandemic. I'm just like, dude, when he did that video, I'm like, man, how I don't get it. George R. R. Martin asked Stephen King how he writes so many books. I want to know the same thing about Brandon Sanderson. He's a robot. He get people joke around about him being a robot, and he really is, because I don't get how he does it. I've only I completed my second book a couple of years ago, and I still haven't released it. And I've got other books I'm working on. I don't know how I'm going to get to them. So I'd love to know Brandon's secret. The secret is he does it full time, pretty much. I think that's his secret. So um, he's able to set aside the time. Yeah. She hasn't read any Sanderson yet either. She's got some of the books though. So um, there's a lot of great places to start. Depending on if you want a more serious read or a more slightly comical read, um, more slightly comical would be Warbreaker. Even though it's serious too, but it's more of a lighthearted read in a lot of respects. And Elantris is a more serious read. So depending on where you want to start with those, Jenny, those are good places to get introduced to him, because they're standalone books. At least at this point, you can easily finish them. He clearly doesn't sleep. That is so true. Another machine is Adrian Tchaikovsky. I've heard that. 2 novellas and 2 novels in 2022. Wow. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. But yeah, it happens. So let's see. I'm filling out August here. Let's see. What don't I have on there? Got Red Dragon and Way of Law. We did Tahanu there, so I'll kind of space those out. Actually, I really want to read the entire Earthsea saga, not just the novels, but this has a bunch of short stories as well. You know, I could probably read all the Earthsea short stories in one fell swoop. I could probably do that. Um, yeah, I might be able to do that. So, huh. Maybe I will toss in the short stories in August. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's literally about 60 or 70 pages total for all the short stories. So, yeah, I'm gonna put or see shorts. We're gonna knock that out, and then I'll come back to do. So, tell me, Paramita, should I read all of the full length Earthsea before I read the shorts? Am I gonna be spoiled? Tales from Earthsea is book 5. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that one in here. It's the first I take it it's a short story as well. It's shorter. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just short of 200 pages. Okay, yeah. Same with The Other Wind. Okay. Interesting. All right. So you know what? I think I'll do Tales from Earthsea here. Why not? And then I'll put the Earthsea shorts in September. Because I really do want to kind of try to read it in order if I can. But in fact, one of the short stories in book 5 directly leads to book 6, the final book. Okay. Okay, great. Good to know because, yeah, in this edition, it's got uh, The Word of Unbinding, The Rule of Names, The Daughter of Odrin, Firelight, and another one called Earthsea Revisioned. I'm not sure what that is, but um, that might be a short commentary on the series or whatever. So, okay. Oh, very good. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, um, since I'm trying to knock it out this year, I think I will toss The Other Wind in October. Yeah. And then I'll pretty much be finished with Earthsea at that point. Good. Yay! I feel good. Woohoo! Um, let's see. All right, I think I feel good about August. Maybe. Okay, The Expanse. Do 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 do. Okay, maybe I'll do Sibylla Byrne as well. I'll do at least one more. Um, I'll put that in September though. Sibylla Byrne. Expanse Book 4. We'll do that. Let's see. Le Guin's commentary is a masterpiece of literature itself. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm sure it is, and I'm definitely going to read it. Yeah, I definitely want to read it. Having only read one book of hers, I I've read articles from her as well. I've seen interviews with her, and she has an absolutely brilliant mind. I mean, just an amazing woman. So I'm really excited to see what she says about her own series for sure. Um, yeah. So yeah, that's I'm looking forward to. She's just a very impressive woman, um, and I have a lot of respect for her. I have a lot of respect for female authors in general, but she's just one of the powerhouses, in my opinion. Um, so let's see. We will do. I did Titan's Curse. So I need to plug in Battle of the Labyrinth. Let's plop that in. And yeah. Who's bored? Is anybody bored yet? I hope not. You're just watching Chaz do boring stuff on a spreadsheet. I know it's not boring to some of you because you've told me you love spreadsheets, but you know, just just throwing that out there. I hope it's not boring. Um, so I've got Battle of the Labyrinth there, and then we're gonna toss the Last Olympian here in November. That way, I know I'm gonna have that finished. Um, so I've got some Expanse on there, Shannara, Dune. Um, let's see. So we did Chapter House, Dune. I am doing a reread of The Night Circus in October. And we've got Secret Novel 4 coming in October, of course. I put Other Wind on there. And the final Dune book, I believe, is Heretics of Dune. Yes. No, wait. I better double check that. I think I might have those. I think I might have them out of order. Okay. God Emperor. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah. Yeah, I'm doing The World We Make. I'm putting that on my burner until I find out um if I like The City We Became. I really have a good feeling about it. I don't think I'm going to dislike it. But just in case, um uh just in case I'm holding off on it. Maybe let's see, okay, I will do it. The World We Make. I'll go ahead and do it. I'll go ahead and toss it on there. Yeah. So Chapter House Dune is book 6, actually. So I'm going to change September to Heretics of Dune. And in November, I will have completed the complete Dune saga if everything goes according to plan. Which it might not, but you never know. I might just decide one month that I want to read 2 Dune books. Who knows? And then I'll finish it sooner. Yeah. So let's see. So we got here. Oh wait. Huh? What did I do here? Oh no, guys. What did I do? I've got God Emperor of Dune and May, Heretics of Dune. Oh, silly me. I put Heretics of Dune twice. My goodness, Chaz. Okay. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. I got myself all messed up. Oh, wait. Chapter House is first? Really? Oh. Okay. From what I'm reading here, Chapter House was the last book to be released. He released it in 1985 and then he died in 86. But if the chronological order is Chapter House, let me know, Paramita, because I would like to read the series kind of chronologically at this point. So Nothing ever goes according to plan. Yep, exactly. Always have a backup plan for sure. Um, yeah, yeah, for sure. So, well, this is looking pretty good. I'm feeling good about this. Um, completed Earthsea, completed Percy Jackson, completed Great Cities duology, completed Tommy and Tuppence. Um, completed High Druid of Shannara. I haven't completed Expanse yet, but I'm not necessarily planning to. Um, wow. And Secret Novels will be complete at that point by October as well. So, um, wow, yeah, I'm doing pretty good here. Okay, Chapter House is last. Thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I had it right. Good. Okay. All right. So I can move on to my priority two list at this point, guys. Wow, I'm doing well. Now at some point, I believe if I remember right, I'm going to put it in here as a tentative because I believe this is when the boiled jellyfish and I had talked about possibly doing the Sun Eater series. Oh, okay. No worries. It happens. You already saw that I already messed up a couple of times on my on my thing here, so it happens. Yeah. I better back up because I'm filling the screen. You don't need to see my head fully filling the screen. It reminds me of that movie. You guys ever see that movie? So I Married an Axe Murderer. Reminds me of that movie. Look at the size of it. That's like Sputnik. Uh, head, move now. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Um, let's see. Good movie, by the way. If you haven't seen So I Married an Axe Murder, I am not a huge fan of Mike Myers. Not the biggest fan. But that movie was funny. Uh, I've got a lot of comedians, uh, comedic actors that are hit or miss for me. I like certain movies and others I don't. So that was a good one, though. Yeah. It's like, thank you, Adam. Thank you. Yay. Oh, that's great. Oh man, that was classic. Thank you, Adam. That's great. Okay, we're gonna toss an elective in here. Um, I might even have room for some electives here on some of these other months. Let's pick another book for October. What do you guys think? Any of my priority twos stick out to you that I should pick up in October? I think it's October. Let's see, is it October? I'm sorry, I scrolled off of my list. Yeah, October. I've already got Kings of the Wild on one of the months. I really do need to finish Foundation. I've already got Elric. Um, hmm. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I actually put that in September. Uh, yeah, so I'm definitely gonna get to Empire of Silence this year. Um, so yeah, Project Hail Mary. Okay, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. So we'll toss Project Hail Mary in there. Hail Mary. Perfect. Perfect. Yes, I have been saying I really want to read it. So, and then I'll go ahead and toss my elective in there. You know what? I'm making it way too complicated to put electives in there. So I've got a lot of open slots in November. I'm going to try and keep December fairly loose because December is always a crazy month. So I'm going to toss a bunch of electives in there.
I didn't get that.
Oh, yeah, Siri, I wasn't talking to you. Oh boy, Siri's after me again. Um, I'm feeling like, and maybe it's just me, but I'm feeling like some classic RPG stuff in that month. It will. You are absolutely right, Pramita. So I've read everything from Rothfuss so far. Um, so once he announces The Doors of Stone, I will definitely be probably rereading the series. But for right now, yeah, I'm done with him. But Gaiman, yes, I need to get some Gaiman in there. So, and I can't believe I didn't put that on my priorities list because Gaiman, I love Gaiman. I am going to do the only. So there's a couple I haven't read from him. Um, One is a Nancy Boys. So let's toss a Nancy Boys in there. Oh, you're right. I've got to do my annual reread of Ocean. Oh boy. I'm glad I have you to keep me in line, Paromita. I really am. Yeah, you and Mona Lisa, between the two of you, you'll keep me in line. Yeah, see? Great minds think alike, and apparently my mind is not that great. So okay, let's do this then. So in Nancy Boys, I also need to read Smoke and Mirrors. Yeah, I read Fragile Things. I need to read Smoke and Mirrors, but let's do that. I've got to get my Ocean reread in there. You know what? I am going to put Ocean. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put my Ocean reread in October. Why not? Because I can, and it's a nice little spooky book. That'll give me some two good rereads that month. Night Circus and Ocean. What am I doing? Help! There we go. Okay, cool. All right. I just reread Neverwhere in Ocean. I just reread Neverwhere in Ocean all the time. Oh yeah, they're such great books. Yeah, Neverwhere is another one that I love. I Can Never Keep You in Mind. Well, you sure try hard anyway. Um, reread Ocean in December. Yeah, yeah. No, October's a better month for it, honestly, because it's got that spooky vibe. Um, that's a very good question. I'm going to let Mona Lisa answer that. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see. Um, I also want to read. I also want to read Odd and the Frost Giants. I've not read that book yet either, so we'll see. I may plug that in one of these elective slots if I have a free moment. Let's see. Let's do October. Let me look at October here. So I've got some fairly short ones. Huh. I wonder if I could squeeze in Lock and Key, because those are graphic novels and I really want to read them. And that's a perfect month to read Lock and Key, I think. And graphic novels go really fast for me. So, I can easily read one in a day if I have enough time. So yeah, I think I might attempt Lock and Key, but I am going to leave it as a tentative. So I'll put my asterisks there. And yeah, am I crazy, people? Do you think I'm crazy? When will our Neverwhere sequel come? Oh, I know. Yeah, Winds of Wind or Doors of Stone and Neverwhere 2. Oh, yeah, I totally agree. I'm waiting for that one as well. Yeah, as far as I know, I don't know if it will be titled The Seven Sisters, but I know it is going to be centered around the Seven Sisters. At least that's what he said when he first talked about it. So, and I think that'll be kind of cool. Um, but yeah, as far as I know now, the tentative title is just London Below, Part Two, I think. But I might be wrong, and I'm sure that will change. Um, I'm sure he'll have a discussion with his publishers as to what he should call it. So, let's see. Do. You know, let's do Tagana. We'll do Tagana in November. I did never heard. Yeah, hit or miss author for her, and that's fair. That is totally fair. We'll forgive you. It's okay, Mona Lisa. Yeah, and that was a really good video. So everybody watching, if you haven't checked out Mona Lisa's channel yet, please do. She's got some great videos, and that is definitely one of them. So, let's see here. I'm really feeling like some classic fantasy. So let's put in Dragonlance and Drizzt. Actually, first book in chronological order is Homeland for Drizzt. So I'm going to put that in there. And I forget. Dragon Lance. Dragons of Winter Night. Okay. Dragons of Winter. I can't type. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, and that's even wintry in the title. Isn't that fun? Woohoo! All right, let's see. Where am I at on the comments here? American Gods didn't work for me. Yeah, American Gods was just okay for me as well. That's the only one of his books so far that I've read that I could say was just just okay. Um, but yeah, it's his my least favorite book of his. I'm actually not sure I'm going to try American Gods. Yeah, I would say if you like Norse mythology and mythology in general, you might enjoy American Gods. You might. Uh, it's a very different book. So, knowing you as well as I do, Mona Lisa, I don't think I'd hate to say I don't think you would like it, but I think you might not like it. Yeah. Um, but I could be wrong. Um, if you're going to read more Gaiman, I would not start with American Gods for sure. I would go with other stuff that he's written for sure. Like Stardust is great. Um, and you've probably seen the movie Stardust, so that's him. Um, his short story books are great. Um, what's it called? Uh, oh, Trigger Warning. Trigger Warning is a very good short story book. Fragile Things is as well. Oh yeah, and the Graveyard Book, obviously. Yeah, uh, that's definitely a winner. You should definitely read the Graveyard Book. And if I'm being honest, read Fortunately the Milk too. It's a kid's book. Um, it's it's on the low end of middle grade in terms of difficulty, so you will read it in a couple of hours. But it is a really funny, just weird book, but it's so funny. Uh, I mean, it's a great one for kids and adults, I think. It, it's just it's just so off the wall that yeah, I would definitely recommend that one. I think I am good for now. I really want to get to the Trader Cormorant, Baru Cormorant as well. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put in my elective slot there and call that good for now. Stardust is good. The Graveyard Book I'm too scared to try. Yeah, so um, I would not say that the Graveyard Book is well. Okay, there are some scary elements in the Graveyard Book, but I wouldn't say like that it's super scary. And it has a mystery element to it, like a whodunit. They're trying to track down a killer and stuff like that. So it has that element to it as well. It's more whimsical than scary, but it does have some scary elements for sure. And yes, Coraline does have as well. So if you loved Ocean, if you were not overly scared by Ocean, you will be just fine reading the Graveyard Book and Coraline, in my opinion. Um, yeah, what Mona Lisa said. Yeah, the Agatha Christie. Yeah, okay, yeah, Agatha Christie fan. It's got it's got a really cool mystery element to it. So yeah, I think I would highly recommend it. I have a I have a review somewhere on my channel for where I review because I got a let's see, do I have it ready at hand? Okay, well, I guess I can't. So I'm not going to get up again, but because I'd have to move my table and everything like that to get out. But I do have a triple review of a 3-book collection that I got of the Graveyard Book, Coraline, and Fortunately the Milk. Yeah, so it's a triple review of all 3 of those books. You can find that on my channel if you want to check it out and see what my thoughts are on it. But yeah, good, cool. And if it does end up being too spooky, then fair enough, But it's well worth a try for sure. Um, let's see. Oh wait, hang on. Are you going to join us in reading Christie this year? Oh, that would be fun. Yeah. Um, releasing a video about Christy and Buddy reading it tomorrow. Oh, I'm anxious to see that video too. Cool, Mona Lisa. I'm always up for reading and rereading her works. Oh, cool. That would be great. That would be great. Well, we'll have to figure out how to touch base if you're okay with that. That would be awesome. Remind me where you're at again. What part of the world? Because I know we got to figure out time zones and stuff. Well, we are coming up on 2 hours, so I think I feel really good about where my list is for the year. Um, Subject to change, but I think I feel really good about it. So, okay, yeah. Okay. I thought you were in India, but I wasn't sure. Um, yeah. So we'll definitely figure it out. How we can include you and figure out the time zones and everything. That'll be awesome. So good. So feel free to keep chatting with me if it's okay with everybody here. I'm going to go ahead and remove um, my spreadsheet from the stream. But yeah, and then we can keep chatting for a few minutes, however long. I am probably going to end it in about 15-20 minutes, but I'm still here for questions or comments or witty banter. We can do that thing. Um, okay, yeah. Oh, I forgot you were rereading Secret Adversary. Yes, yes, cool. Yeah, awesome. Um, yeah, so just realized. Oh yeah, I guess my tea is gone. So okay, good. I want to make sure I finished that. Yeah. So I feel like I made pretty good progress this year, or for next year. Um, I am going to be putting out a video probably in the next couple of weeks talking about my channel goals. I've already talked about my reading goals for 2023, but I'm actually going to talk more about my channel goals, some things I want to try for next year, and oh, good question. What fantasy book made you go, wow, language can do this? Um, I have to be honest. Robin Hobb, the Farseer trilogy, just really knocked my socks off prose wise, especially Royal Assassin. Um, and she's not anything really super flowery, but it's just, I mean, it just gives you that feeling of being there. And so that's a big one for me. Another one was Name of the Wind. Now that's where you get into some of the more flowery prose, but Patrick Rothfuss just writes some really evocative images. Just really sticks with me. Um, Especially the scene where, um, well, and I guess this is kind of spoilery. So if you folks on here haven't read the King Killer Chronicles, plug your ears or whatever. But I know Paramita has. It's the scene um, where Kvothe learns the true name of the wind, and like when he basically accidentally calls the power of the wind, and that scene just blew me away. There's so many really great scenes in that book, though. Um, both books. Let's see. Partners in Crime is the second book, and then NRM is the third book, I think. among temporary works, it was the slow. Oh yeah, yeah. Slow Regard of Silent Things is actually my favorite book in the King Killer Chronicles. It really is. Ari is one of my favorite characters in the saga, and just to see to walk along with her in her world was just absolutely amazing. It gave me really strong Alice in Wonderland vibes. The way she like had a name for a bunch of different things, and yeah, so it's my favorite book in the series actually. Um, yeah, okay, cool, got it. Yeah. Um, Feel free to email me so we can work on the three of us. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Same here. Um, yeah, she's such an amazing character. I love her. Cool beans. Oh, so yeah, I've got some stuff coming up on the channel for next year that I'm really excited about. If you guys have suggestions for things that you would like to see, um, one thing that I really need to work on, and I'll need to add this to my list for that video, is I keep thinking it's about time that I really work on getting the subtitles. Like I think I have auto captions, so like it will automatically put the captions together for me, but I've never actually turned them on to look and see if they actually work. Um, I don't know if captions are something that's important to everybody watching this, but um, I've heard that it can get you more viewership when you actually got captions. So I need to work on that. And I've probably got close to 200 videos at this point, so I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'll probably have to just start from a few videos back and not worry about the ones before that, but we will see. Um, so sneak peek for that video coming up. I'll be talking about plans I have for the channel itself. I think the auto-generated ones work well. Oh, well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I'll have to turn it on and see how it looks for me. So yeah, good to know. Well, I think I think I'm about done for the stream. What do you guys think? Do you have any other questions for me? Suggestions? I'd love to have your thoughts on my channel. Anything you'd like to see changed? Um, Anything I'm not doing that you'd like to see? And I'll just kind of leave that there. And you can always DM me on Instagram, or send me a comment on this video afterwards if you think of something. That'll be good. Oh, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, cool. I'm glad. I really enjoy doing Chasm Friends, and I may end up not doing as many Chasm Friends this year just because of time and things like that. I'm still going to do at least one a month. Maybe two. We'll see how scheduling goes, but there's so many more people that I want to have on, and there's a bunch of people I want to do to revisit with, and maybe do a Chasm Friends remix or something like that. So maybe I'll start having two or three people on a chat at the time and just have a lot of fun. So yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's kind of what I'm thinking with the remix, Mona Lisa. I'm gonna have some people back and get on, get a group chat going. That would be great. I do want to do more reading sprints. I don't want to do like I'll always be doing reading sprints, but I do want to do more reading sprints. So, maybe one a quarter or something like that. We'll see. Yeah, that would be that's because I feel like the reading sprints that I've done have been fairly productive. At least they have been for me. I've gotten some good reading done on those. So and some good chatting time in between the sprints. So that's been a lot of fun. So gonna do more of those as well. But yeah, Chaz and Friends has been really popular. I've seen a lot of really good feedback on that. So I'm gonna keep it going for sure. Yeah, definitely. Good. All right. Well, is there anything else, guys? And if not, we've hit the 2 hour mark. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. But, if you have other comments or suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comments of the replay. And I will find them and respond to them. And I really appreciate all of you who have joined me, both for the live session and for those of you who join me on the replay, if you're rewatching it later. um, Much love, guys. I really appreciate all of you for your support of the channel and friendship. And I just love this community. Thank you. And see you too, Prominent. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Um, Good plan. Grocery shopping. Yes. I went way early this morning to get mine knocked out. And so I'm probably going to need a nap later today. So I got up way too early. But have fun grocery shopping, Mona Lisa. As always, guys, please make sure that you read more books. And I will see you soon. Bye bye now.